Hey guys, it's Ryan from The Dad Show. Before we get into today's episode, I'd like to take a minute to thank our sponsor. Have you been looking for a way to get on the water for some family fun? If so, please go visit my friends at Blue Springs Boat Company located in Kingston, Tennessee. Family owned and operated since 1988, Blue Springs Boat Company is the largest authorized Bennington and Regal dealership serving the East Tennessee area. They offer new and used boats, have a full parts department, and a certified service department on hand to help you with all your boating needs. They're proud to be your family's boat dealer. Let Blue Springs Boat Company help you find the right boat for you and your family. Visit them online at www.bluespringsboats.com or call 865-376-1472. Now, let's get to the podcast.
Welcome to the Dad Show Podcast, a show all about impacting, empowering, inspiring, and uplifting information to become a better dad, husband, man, and mentor. And now, your host, Ryan Ladd.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Dad Show. Due to quarantine and COVID, I've had some cancellations this week, so this is what you got. You got me. This week, we're going to talk about faith, but before we get into podcasts, I'd like to ask that you would engage with us on all social media at The Dad Show Podcast, as well as on our website at www.thedadshowpodcast.com. So this week, we're going to talk about faith. I've been trying to figure out a message to bring this week due to cancellations and stuff, and God put it on my heart to talk about faith. So I can't talk about faith without telling you a story about when Kennedy was first diagnosed. So I've got a really good buddy who's got a twin brother, and they are like brothers to me. Their mom was in the hospital, passing away of cancer, and she was spending her last days, and they had told her, or maybe she'd read about Kennedy's diagnosis on Facebook. So she told one of my buddies to go get a necklace with a mustard seed in it and be sure that it had the Bible verse Matthew 17:20 on it, and send it to my wife because she knew what we was about to go through. She had read a little bit and heard a little bit, and God put it on her heart to send us that necklace. So my wife received the necklace, and it was right when we got Kennedy's diagnosis of MPS I Hurler Syndrome. And the Bible verse Matthew 17:20 states, "Faith as small as a mustard seed can move mountains." So that's the Bible verse that my wife and I have stood by and have tried to live our life by through Kennedy's diagnosis and treatments and transplant, as well as Lincoln's diagnosis and treatment and transplant. We just try to live by faith. No matter what, have faith in God that he's going to get you through and he's going to carry you through. You know, going through Kennedy's diagnosis and her treatment and her transplant was a really tough time. But at the end of it, you had to say, I have full faith in God no matter what. I can remember whenever we got Kennedy's diagnosis, being in that doctor's office, and he told us that our daughter's quality of life would just be, basically nothing. Our daughter was 9 months old at that time, and I can remember my wife just saying, we've had the best 9 months with our baby girl no matter what. And it was faith speaking through her that even if God took our baby girl from this earth, no matter what, we've had the best 9 months. And I trust in you, Lord, to your will be done. When you talk about faith, you're like, man, I don't have faith. I don't have faith that I can do this, or I don't have faith that this is going to happen. But whenever you put it in terms and you think, you're like, when I push the gas pedal in my car goes. I have faith that whenever I push that gas pedal, my car's going to go. If I push it harder, I have faith that my car's going to go faster. Or when I need to stop, I put my foot on the brake and I have faith that my car is going to stop. Or, you start the dishwasher, you put your dishes in a dishwasher that you can see nothing of. It's a closed box. You can't see inside of it. But you have faith that your dishes are 110% clean. When you go to a restaurant, I know this is probably going to sound nasty, but when you go to a restaurant, you have faith that those guys or women behind the counter or back in the back of the kitchen, that they're washing their hands, that they're not doing anything to your food. They're not putting anything in it. And even if they are, you have faith in your heart subconsciously that, God's going to let them cook that, whatever may be in your food, that bacteria or poison or anything that could be in your food, it's going to cook out and you're not going to ingest that. So when you talk about faith, you have, a million things that you could put it into. And a lot of people are like, well, I don't have faith in God because I can't see him. Well, it's just like I stated, you put your dishes in a dishwasher that you can't see, but yet you have faith and know that they're clean at the end. And that's kind of the same way with God. And the way he works is that, yes, you can't see what he's doing, but you have faith in the end. You're going to see the result. It may not be the result exactly the way you want it, but I promise it's going to end up better than you ever thought it would be. This message is going to be short because it's a fairly simple message that no matter what you're doing, no matter what you're thinking about doing, I promise you the devil is putting it in your head that you can't do it, that you're not good enough, that you're not a good enough dad, you're not a good enough husband, you're not a good enough friend, you're not a good enough worker. No, have faith in yourself. You can't have faith in anything else and carry on unless you have faith in yourself. So you need to look at yourself. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I have faith in you. I believe in you. You are good enough. You are a good enough husband. That the devil wants you to stay on the couch or in the chair and look at your phone or watching the TV or leaving the house and going to a bar or, maybe you're fighting something else and you're going to see another woman or another woman's house because you don't think it's that you're good enough, or you don't think that your wife is good enough, or you don't think that your kids are good enough, or that you're a good enough dad. No, you need to step up, look at yourself and tell yourself, I am good enough. I do have faith in myself, and I'm going to be a good husband. I'm going to be a good dad. I'm going to be a good friend. I'm going to be a good worker, because at the end of the day, it's not yourself. It's not your wife. It's not your kids that are letting you down, that's making you do negative things. It's the devil. You're letting him in your head because it starts with you. It starts you saying, I'm not good enough. By you putting yourself down, that's allowing the devil just to come right in. So you need to step up, kick him out of your life, because it starts with you. It starts with you telling yourself, I am good enough. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get off the couch. I do have faith that I can go out and run a 5K. I do have faith that I can lose 20 to 25 pounds. I do have faith that I can take my kids out and have a good time. I do have faith that I can take my wife out to dinner. We can have a nice romantic dinner and have a great time and build our relationship deeper. I do have faith that I'm going to be the man. I'm going to be the person. I'm going to start the business. I'm going to do what God has planned for me to do, what he's put into my head. Going through Kennedy and Lincoln's transplant, we were told that there is a chance that they would pass away. There is a percentage. I couldn't tell you what that percentage is because I didn't live by that percentage. I lived by the percentage that I prayed. My wife and I had prayed together and was led by God to give them a bone marrow transplant, to give them the best chance at life that they possibly could have. So I didn't listen to the doctor on the percentage of what it was that they could pass away or the complications of this and that. I stood by faith that this was the best chance that we could give our kids, and this is what God wanted us to do. And I lived by the faith that he was going to carry us through it no matter what. So whether you're financially down, you're emotionally down, your marriage is down, live by faith that God's going to carry you through it. Starting the Dad Show, this is 10 episodes. And obviously the devil tries to get into my brain and says, you're not good enough. Nobody's going to listen to you. You're not going to help anybody. And over the last 10 weeks, I've received multiple messages from multiple people stating that this podcast has kept them from, doing bad things to themselves because of, being a failed husband in their marriage, or they're divorced and, somebody's going to take custody of the kids and then try and do this and try and do that. And when I read those messages, it brings to life, what God is working through this podcast. But it's also the devil even tries to sneak in a little more and is like, you can't answer this. You're not good enough to talk to anybody about this. You have no experience in this. And all I do is I'm literally writing the message back and emailing back or texting, whatever the case may be. Just the whole time I'm like, God, just give me the words to say to this person, because I don't have any experience in that. But I'm trying to just let God lead my life and living faithfully by Him, that the reply is going to be good enough for that person to hopefully turn their life around, or at the very least, keep them from doing those bad things to themselves that they're having thoughts of, to keep them, around to be able to get the help that they need. And so I pray for them usually in the message. I'll just, just let God speak through me, through the text message or email, whatever it may be, and just push the devil out that, even though he's trying to tell me that I'm not good enough to do this, or that, you can't do this, or, just put me down. No, you had to fight through those things. And I'm trying to fight through those things. I mean, I'm not sitting here telling you that, it's easy, because I deal with it every single day, no matter what it is, whether it's just waking up in the morning to go to work, or whether it's, waking up to be a dad or be a husband. The devil is constantly going to try to just wiggle any way he can to get a foothold on you, to tell you that you're not good enough, so that you won't do anything. Because, if you just lay in bed all day, or you're depressed and you're down, the devil is going to easily walk into your life and run it. But if you get up and take that first step to do anything, that's already pushing him out the door. So just tell him, say, no, you're not going to get to me today. Wake up and just put the full armor of God on and walk out and be positive no matter what. Even if you're down, if you smile and you say positive things and you think positive things are going to happen. So stay faithful to God. Walk through life with Him no matter what. My wife and I say, even though Kennedy and Lincoln have went through some terrible things, and, unfortunately they've told us that there's some hard times ahead, even with some more surgeries and stuff like that. My wife and I look at each other and, there's always somebody out there that has it worse. No matter what you're going through, no matter what's going on in your life, there's somebody out there that always has it worse than you do. And so you need to be grateful, even though you're going through that storm, no matter what the storm may be, just stay positive, smile, and be faithful to God, and walk with God no matter what, and stand by Him. I tell this story too because it's a huge part of my life. Whenever Kennedy was diagnosed, I was overcome with emotions so bad that I couldn't pray. I couldn't think of prayer. I couldn't do nothing. But I hit my knees and I was weeping so hard that all I could do was throw my hands up to God. And it was literally like he reached down and he picked that burden off of me, that emotion off of me. And immediately I was able to just stand up and continue on with whatever I was doing. And, tears went away, thoughts came back, and my mind was clear, and I was able to go do what I was able to do because God pulled that off of me, because I stood faithful to Him. Instead of turning to some other substance or something else, I stayed faithful to Him and gave it away to Him. So, I fail every day. I'm not perfect, and I still let the devil get a hold of me on things and that I shouldn't. Just try your hardest. That's the best you can do, and just have faith no matter what. I know we're right here at the holidays and coming up, so I just want to tell you, I hope that you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I hope that you you spend time with family and be with them. And you, like I always say that, no matter what, show love, show compassion, and just, show people that you're caring about them, because there's a ton of people out there that have never been told, I love you. There's a ton of people out there that have never heard anybody say, I care about you, or that I'm proud of you, or, hey, I'm here for you if you need to talk. So try to look to a neighbor, try to look to a friend, or just maybe some complete stranger that you see, be like, brother, I love you. I'm proud of you, and I care about you, because this is a joyful season for a lot, but for a lot of people, this is a tough season to go through, and a lot of people are lonely, and they're going to need somebody to talk to or look up to, or just be there for them. So God bless everybody. I want to thank you for listening and for watching and for being here. Please go engage with us on all social media. This is our 10th episode. I was hoping that'd be a little bit bigger, but due to COVID, we had some cancellations and wasn't able to do it. And so we, just welcome any comments about stuff that you'd like to see on the show, or stuff that's on the show that you don't like to see, just any constructive criticism. Just engage with us and let us know what's going on. So as always, I love you. I want to thank you for your time, and God bless you. I hope you have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you for listening to the Dad Show podcast. Please like, review, and subscribe.